Hispanic-Canadian, which is a bit of a mouthful. Essentially, my father's from Spain, which makes me a hopeless romantic who likes a siesta in the afternoon. My mom's from El Salvador, so if you wake me up from said siesta, I'll cut you, chico. But I was born in Canada, so I'll always be super sorry that I cut you there, right? I've been in Berlin for about 8 years now, roughly around the same amount of time it takes to find parking anywhere in the city. I think I've become hard and calloused over the years, much like this young man's right hand. But when I first arrived in the city, I was often surprised and taken aback by Berliners' behavior. There's quite a few stereotypes about Germans, especially coming from Spain, mainly that they're cold and unfeeling people. So, yeah, we all know that's not true. I assumed then that everybody would pretty much ignore each other on the street. I mean, they do in the subway. It's crazy. In any other country in the world, the subway is the loudest place. Here in Berlin, you can hear a pin drop. Yeah, it's scary. I'm even afraid to sneeze. You know, like even those silent sneezes that like you hold in just in case it might make me fart, and then I'll be the crazy farty Yukon lady for the rest of my life. Can't live that stigma down. But it's funny because when Berliners get out on the street, it's like they suddenly feel the need to interact with everyone around them in angry and confrontational ways. Like you're coming home from a night of trying to get into Berghain, and you've got museum lights because you've been standing in line all night because tonight is the night. It's not. It never will be. You realize this at around 4 in the morning and start to make your way home cold, tired, dejected, and to add insult to injury, just as you're about to cross the street on a red, Das ist verboten! Oh my God, am I being watched? Yes. Yes, you are, for the sole purpose of being able to yell that at you. Das ist verboten is Berliner's favorite phrase. And if you haven't had that yelled at you once, at least, you're not living right. At least that's what I like to tell myself, because I get it a lot. Another exclusively Berlin experience I get to enjoy often is being told off by angry old grannies for being a crappy mom. Although in all honesty, I think they enjoy it a lot more than I do. I think it's like a game for them. What shall we do today, Hilda? Oh, let's play the Auslander. Yeah, they'll go to like extreme lengths to get that point. Like I was walking to swim class with my daughter in a stroller, and as per usual, we were late because you know. And so I'm power walking down the sidewalk, just like I look like one of those Olympic speed walkers. Have you seen those guys? They're nuts. They're like cha-cha dancers on crack. Like it's actually kind of painful. I think I threw up my hip there. But like seriously, they're like repressed runners. I really feel like yelling like, "Set your legs free! Run, Forrest, run!" They never do. But anyways, I'm cha-chaing down the street, and I see this old lady. Never grab the microphone at the top. Pro tip. Just the tip. I'm walking down the street and I see this old lady coming out of a building. She just stands there looking at me. And as I'm about to pass her, she suddenly yells out, "Hast du Wasser?" And, you know, I suddenly felt apologetic. My Canadian side kicked in because I didn't. And I honestly assumed she looked like a leathery raisin because she was in dire need of a couple of liters of fluid. And I had barely started to apologize when she suddenly snapped, "When you leave the house with a child, you have to have water." Damn right! She was good! I walked into that one! You know what, I don't get that as often anymore. Probably because my children are still alive, and with their limbs mostly intact. So, 1 point for the Auslander. Yeah, but you know what? Okay, I may be a bit of a disaster mom. Like, I don't know, a little forgetful, a bit clumsy, maybe a bit nuts. Yeah, okay, that's it. No, I mean, honestly, after halfway through that sentence, I figured I actually agree with their assessment. But you know what? No, my kids are going to be fine. Because, you know, they're loving romantics. Thank you, Dad. They're super polite, and apologetic through Canadian osmosis. And if anybody messes with them on the playground, they'll mess them up, Chico. That's my time for tonight. Have a great evening.